Hi, my name is Tim Kopra. I'm the commander of the International Space Station for Expedition 47. Wanted to say a few words about our brand new HUNCH Galley Table, which we are very fond of. We've had it on board and installed here for a few weeks, and we've become very fond of all of its features, and it's an integral part of Space Station now. To talk about some of its features, we've decided to lay this out long ways. It's much better for us because we can all gather around the table, and that's a very nice feature. Right now we have lots of items on the table, but if we needed to clean it, which we do periodically, what we would do is remove the tape that we have in the center and on the sides, and then we have this nice clean surface or smooth surface that we can clean, which is a really nice feature. We've added Velcro around the corners, and we try to minimize the amount of Velcro that we have so that we can be able to clean the table easily. We really like the color. You know, we don't have a lot of green things on Space Station, so it's nice that we have a green table. So it's a nice feature and a nice addition to Space Station. We have handrails around the table. You know, we oftentimes don't really use the handrails to secure ourselves. We use our feet mainly on the handrails on the floor for us to move around and to secure ourselves, but we do use it a little bit. We also use it to add a little bit of Velcro and so that we can secure our food items along those handrails. The D-rings work nicely. We have these bungees around the table, and these bungees both secure food underneath, but also it has a Velcro surface on it, and this Velcro surface we can use to attach items. Like I've got a packet of tortillas here that we haven't quite finished, and so we could stick that onto the Velcro that's on that bungee. It's a really nice feature. The slide bolts, when we want to extend our table out and have all 6 of us around the table, the 3 of us who live on the USOS side and our 3 cosmonaut colleagues, we extend the table out, and now we have, really, it's like a regular dinner table, and all of us can fit around the table, which is a very nice feature. We haven't used the seat track on the bottom, which we could make the table just a little bit more sturdy, but you know, frankly, in space, you know, it's not necessary for it to be that stable because it's not going to sag down or go either direction. So it's in a pretty good position right here. You know, we could bungee it to the ceiling or to the floor, or we could use struts to make it a little bit more secure, but it's adequate as it is, and we like it. And it's very nice that we can just move this easily and extend it, kind of like adding a leaf to the table when you have company come over. That's the way that we look at it. So I just wanted to say to everyone who's been involved in this project that we are very grateful for the work that you've done. We now have the means of having all 6 of us gather around a table, which we really didn't have before, so it's a nice addition and a nice capability that we have on Space Station. So thank you so much, and we are very thankful for all the work that you've done.
Hey everyone, I'm Colonel Mike Hopkins, NASA astronaut on board the International Space Station, and today I'm going to talk about a HUNCH tape dispenser. So HUNCH is a program between NASA and schools, and they collaborate to make real-world products that we use up here on the International Space Station, and this tape dispenser is one of those. Now, HUNCH has done a lot of different things up here for us. They've done things from handrails to galley tables to even some of the culinary, some of the food products up here have come from the HUNCH programs in the past. So very excited about this particular item though, because most of the time up here when you're working and you don't have enough hands, but you don't have your scissors and you need to cut your tape, you end up doing it like this. Now that's not the easiest way to do it, the cleanest way, and you can't do it one-handed. So dispensing tape up here, particularly the Kapton tape, the gray tape tear is pretty easy, but the Kapton tape is always a little challenging. And so the dispenser here is going to help us with that. It's pretty easy to operate. One of the key things I like about it is you can basically operate it with one hand, and up here, you oftentimes using your other hand to stabilize yourself. So very easily it goes on the guide rails. You can see it's already locked in place, and so that's pretty good. Here it's coming up empty, but in order to put a roll of tape on, pretty straightforward. You just kind of squeeze it together and slide the roll of tape on, and then you can pull it off, again one-handed, and I've got my very clean cut piece of tape, and I can have multiple tapes on at the same time, which is also nice. And again, one-handed operation. Very easy to tear. And then the other thing that you can see, when you run out, it's pretty easy as well, just to take the tape off. And there you have it. So I would say this tape dispenser is, you knocked it out of the park. Definitely a success. Like how it operates. It's simple, and I can operate it with one hand. So very, very well done to all of the students that helped with this design. In fact, I'd like to thank them all. I'm going to read out the different schools that participated in this one. So we got Windsor High School out of Connecticut, Lakewood High School out of Colorado, Cypress Woods in Texas, Decatur High School, Alabama, Clear Creek High School in Texas, and Dade County High School in Georgia. So again, congratulations to all of the students with this HUNCH project, this tape dispenser. I think it's going to find a lot of use here on the International Space Station. See y'all.
Hey everybody, welcome to the International Space Station. I am NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman, and I'm going to try to show you a very quick tour of our crew quarters organizer that you have so graciously made for us. Now the space that we're going to go into is very small. It's my bedroom, and I'll try to do this all hand holding the camera. I could let go because it's space and the camera will just float there, but I'll try to do it all myself, and we'll see if it's useful feedback for you. So right behind me is the US lab. It's pretty quiet right now. We have a Monday. It's a day off for us, and it's a great little opportunity for me to show you my bedroom. So if I turn the camera around, we are in node 2, and this tiny contraption right here is my bedroom. I've taken one of my doors off just so we can look inside a little bit better. It's about the size of a phone booth. I'm guessing since you all made the organizers, you know a good bit about our sleeping environment here. But let's go in and we'll take a quick tour, and I'll show you your organizer. So you can see on my far wall, I've got a drink bag. It's actually a coffee because it's the morning here, and then some black bungee cords because in space everything has to be bungeed. And now I'll flip the camera around and let me get kind of set up in the back corner here. And right now the camera is where I sleep at night. So this is looking forward in my bedroom, and you can see I got my computer here. That's where I send out pictures for all the social media stuff and talk to my family. So it's really a nice place. But let me close the lid on this, and I gotta let go of the camera real quick. So just stay there. Hopefully you won't float away. Let me close that up and put it off to the side. And here is the organizer in its deployed location. And this right here, real quick, this is Giraffity. This is my oldest daughter's toy, and she gave it to my youngest daughter, and then they both gave it to me to fly up here into space. So if you don't mind, Giraffity's just going to float around while we do this, because I love this little animal, and I don't want to move him out of the way. So the organizer, first thoughts are it's perfect in many, many ways. It fits right along this side shelf here. It runs all the way down. So I'd say for size, this is a great little spot for it. It stays nice and out of the way. And then for operability, I've actually really come to like it. There are a few minor things that I would improve just being up here in space. I'll point them out in a minute. But you can see First, for fit and function, it's great. Right now, it's holding all of my pens here on the Velcro. It's also holding some lip balm. Up here, I deployed 2 of these little pocket pouches that y'all made for me, and they're great. And in this one right here, I've got some Motrin, and I also have some 4 gigabyte photo cards from our cameras. And these are the ones that have really important pictures on them that I want to save until ground tells me that they're good. So this is my camera card quarantine. Over here on the right side, I have vitamin D tablets, which are critical for us up here because we don't get our usual route of vitamin D. So I have to take 2 of these every morning so that my bones stay healthy. So it's a very important pouch. Every morning I go in there and I grab 2 out. Like I said, I got my pens, and then down here, I took this big pocket that y'all made and I turned it into my glasses container. So I've got a set of reading glasses in there for when my eyes are dilated. Then I also have my sunglasses in there for when I'm down in the cupola. The sun is incredibly bright, and so very handy to have these right there. Just below that, Velcroed to your wall, I have my crew notebook, and that's got all my important data in it, so I access this just about every day. And then below that, you didn't make this, but it sits on here real nice. It's just a tool belt, and I wrapped it around your organizer, and inside here I keep my tools that I use throughout the workday. So if I just unzip this a little bit, I've got a pair of scissors, I've got my flashlight in here, I've also got a few pens and pencils, I've got my earplugs, and a dust mask, which dust mask is very important for us because floating particles get in the way all the time, and you don't want to breathe that stuff down, especially dust. So very useful. The things I would change, I wouldn't change a whole lot. First, I really like the organizer here, so I like this long piece of material with Velcro on it. But other crew members may want to break this up and put it in different spots. So I would almost consider maybe chopping this into thirds and Velcroing it together so that if I wanted to pull a panel off and put it somewhere else, I could. The other thing is this pocket is kind of flat in dimension, and I would put maybe just a little bit of thickness to it so that you could put bigger items in there, and that would make that more useful. But really, those are my only 2 recommendations. Other than that, I think this is really usable. It's a really nice space, and it's really cleaned up my crew quarters quite a bit. So thanks to everybody for building these for us. And I'm about to pass mine down to Terry Virts, who's going to fly up here in 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm sure he'll have some more comments, and hopefully he'll find it just as great to use as I do. So thanks again from the space station.